Upon this fertile land called Thailand lies nature's wonder, which is home to four main regions of different geographical features, namely the north, the northeast, the central plains, and the south. The fertility of the land, laced with canals and rivers, where water is the source of life to the people, brings on a distinct cultural identity, as well as renders one of the largest agricultural resources to feed the world. Despite an array of differences ranging from geographical features, religious beliefs, art and culture, to local traditions, which constitute a rich band of contrasting colours, over 60 million Thai people are joined together as one nation under one and the same ideology, the monarchy. And the monarch, who renders an extraordinary feature to the Thai monarchical institution, is His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, whose deeds and compassion are the very elements that have bound the nation together. His Majesty ascended the throne on the 9th of June 1946. This year 2006 sees a most joyous occasion for the Thai people, who will join in the celebration of the 60th anniversary of His Majesty's accession to the throne. His Majesty being the longest reigning monarch in Thai history, as well as in the world. His Majesty the King was born in the United States of America, but spent the early stage of his life in Switzerland. In 1950, His Majesty returned to Thailand, where his coronation took place on the 5th of May, 4 years after his actual accession to the throne. On that auspicious occasion, His Majesty uttered his first royal words, which became in effect a pledge to his subjects. "We shall reign with righteousness for the benefits and happiness of the Siamese people." After the return for a permanent stay in Thailand, His Majesty began in 1951 royal activities befitting the role of a modern Thai monarch, getting to know his country and his subjects. In the process, His Majesty not only became aware of his subjects' hardships, but also did his best to assist them, sharing their sufferings as if they had been his own. Those royal observation trips throughout the land literally served as a first stepping stone for the ensuing royal initiation of multiple rural development projects. In observing the actual environs and living conditions of his people, His Majesty came to realize their love and loyal dedication, which made so strong an impression on him that in return he resolved to make every effort to lessen their plight. As a person, His Majesty takes private interests in such hobbies as painting, music, sports, handicraft and photography. However, these favorite recreational pursuits have gradually faded with time, as royal engagements in development work become more and more demanding. His Majesty the King is not only a great monarch, but also an accomplished developer. Chitlada Villa, the royal residence in Bangkok, illustrates very well how the two roles aptly merge. Within the Chitlada grounds, demonstration rice fields, farms, mills, and a dairy factory have been established, a testimony that the royal residence is by no means just a magnificent palace described in fairy tales. Similarly, the other 3 royal residences situated in various regions of Thailand also encompass experiment and research stations, so that development work can be carried out to best address the problems prevailing in the respective region. Realizing that Thailand is an agricultural country, where more than 80% of the population are poor farmers living in remote areas, His Majesty has expanded all efforts focusing on rural development projects. More than 3,000 of the projects launched so far in all parts of the country cover major areas of concern such as sustainable agriculture to enable farmers to become self-supporting, while emphasizing cooperatives and boosting productivity. Environment, focusing on the preservation and development of natural resources such as soil, water and forest. Water resources development, addressing particularly the problems of drought, flooding and wastewater. Occupational promotion, especially in the fields of fishery and livestock development. Public health and communications, traffic control and information technology. A monarch with great vision, creativity, dedication and perseverance, His Majesty stands out as an accomplished developer, educator, inventor and environmentalist. A few of his projects clearly illustrate this. The Artificial Rainmaking Research and Development Project, involving the study of factors such as weather condition and landscape features, along with advanced technology application to induce precipitation and seed rain clouds for rainmaking. The invention of the Chaipatana aerator, in the form of a buoy designed to add oxygen to stagnant water in ponds and ditches as a means to alleviate wastewater problems. Development of alternatives for energy derived from agricultural waste as a means to alleviate the problem of energy shortage and low produce prices. These alternative sources of energy include gasohol and biodiesel using palm oil extract. It seems that His Majesty's dedication and efforts in his role as a modern Thai monarch have been set to achieve an ultimate goal: to win a development victory and see peace, prosperity and well-being for the entire country. Throughout a stretch of 60 long years since his accession to the throne, His Majesty the King has been the unifying symbol, and his advice and inspiration is fervently adhered to as guidelines as the country faces turbulence occurring both at home and around the world, be it political, economic or social. His Majesty resembles a strong pillar on which the whole nation is founded in times of crisis. With royal determination and perseverance, His Majesty has lived up to his name, which literally means strength of the land, by expending tireless efforts in the area of development so as to establish peace and prosperity in the country. Most importantly, His Majesty has welded together the mutual love and compassion between himself and his subjects, and transformed it into the strength of the land. It is the very strength that nurtures the country's stability and prosperity.